What's up guys, it's the Strong Boys 19 here, and this is my next album review. So, this album that I'm going to be reviewing is from the band named Demon Hunter with their new album True Defiance. Now, before I get on with this review, I would like to give a big thanks to Daughter of Vampire for letting me check out this band, and I checked the album True Defiance on Spotify and I listened to it all the way through. And what can I say about the album? Absolutely brilliant. It's a brilliant, mind-blowing album. And I never heard of Demon Hunter before, but Demon Hunter is a really good band and this album is outstanding. And it was released on the 10th of April this year, and if you haven't heard of Demon Hunter, you should definitely check out this band if you haven't yet, because you guys are missing out on one really good band. So this whole album is pure awesomeness from start to finish, and this album really reminded me of Five Finger Death Punch a lot of times for a lot of these songs on this album. Starting with Crucifix. Crucifix is a brilliant, awesome song, and the sounds of the guitar is really well done, and the drumming is also perfect, and the vocals are really good as well. A lot of these deep growling vocals and clean vocals for a lot of these songs on this album with a lot of these metal growls. So Crucifix is one of the best songs I've heard from this band, and Crucifix is the first song that I've heard from Demon Hunter, and I thought this whole album was just really creative, and it's really good of the guitar riffs and guitar solos and brilliant drumming skills and really good growling with clear vocals at the same time. Crucifix is a brilliant song. You should definitely check out that track. Godforsaken. Godforsaken is another really good track. It's just as good as Crucifix, and I just don't know what to say about all of these tracks really. But anyways, Godforsaken is really good, and it's another awesome track on this album, and the chorus for that song is catchy and it's really good. My Destiny is released as a single, and My Destiny is another brilliant, awesome track on this album, and I really like the chorus as well, with clear vocals and catchy, awesome music, and the solos from the guitar from that song is really cool, and everything on this album is really cool and creative at the same time, like I said, and it's just another brilliant song, and it's a album that you should never miss out for 2012 albums this year. So My Destiny is another brilliant track. Wake is another awesome song, and it's just awesome and fun to listen to, and it's catchy, and there's a lot of clean vocals on this one, and there's been a few deep growls and as well, so the music is also really good, and it's another awesome track just like Crucifix and Godforsaken and all of the other great songs on this album. Tomorrow Never Comes. Tomorrow Never Comes is the softest, well, one of the softest songs on this album, and it's really, really good. There's been a lot of clear vocals on that song, and I really, really liked it, and it really reminded me of other soft songs from Five Finger Death Punch, and Far From Home and Hard to See and all sorts. So if you haven't heard of any of these songs from Demon Hunter, you should definitely check them out. Someone to Hate. Someone to Hate is really heavy and it's aggressive, and the chorus is another really good catchy part of the song. Amazing music, brilliant guitar solos, and awesome drum beats. The drumming for this album is really, really good. And there's been a few clear vocals in the song as well. And definitely listen to that one because it's just as good as the other songs. The next track, This I Know. This I Know is another catchy, brilliant song from this album. And it's really, really good. And like I said, the whole album is just creative. And there's been a lot of awesome metal elements in this album. And it's just really good with clean vocals and brilliant music that's been mashed together, and it really suits really perfectly. So This I Know is another really good track. Means to an End. Means to an End is a instrumental song, and you can hear the acoustic guitar with some electric guitar parts, and you can hear the drums that sound really, atmospheric with this kind of quiet reverb type effect. So Means to an End is really good, and definitely listen to that one. I really like some instrumental songs from different metal bands, So Means to an End is another awesome track. We Don't Care. We Don't Care is pretty good. I mean, it's not one of the best songs on this album, but it's still really good. And I really liked the chorus. The chorus is awesome, and the verses are just really precisely heavy with all of the growls and the brutal music. And the song is another awesome creative track. Resistance. Resistance is another brilliant track, and yet again, it's not one of my favorites, but it's still a really good track from what I've heard from this album already. And Resistance is another cool track, and the chorus is really good as well, and the guitar solos on this album are really good, and the whole album is just awesome. That's all I can say about the album. It's just awesome. Dead Flowers. Dead Flowers is another soft song on this album. So it's probably softer than Tomorrow Never Comes, but this song is still pretty good, but I prefer the other songs on this album, especially Tomorrow Never Comes, It's not that bad of a track, but it's still a cool track on this album. So I have 8 out of 11 favorite tracks on this album. Crucifix, God Forsaken, My Destiny, Wake, Tomorrow Never Comes, Someone to Hate, This I Know, and Means to an End. So that's basically my thoughts on the tracks. If you haven't heard of True Defiance from Demon Hunter, you should definitely check out this album. It's a really good album, and I never heard of Demon Hunter before, so yet again, Daughter of Vampire, aka Heather, let me check out this band, and I was completely blown away by this band, and like I said, they remind me of Five Finger Death Punch a lot. So I really like Five Finger Death Punch as well, and Demon Hunter is another really good band. So the sound of the instruments is really perfect. It's really clear, with the clear distortion of the guitar and clear vocals from the electric guitar as well. Clear vocals with the deep growls and the clean vocals and the sound of the drums. Everything from the sound of this whole album is really, really good. You can hear everything instantly, non-stop. So this whole album is absolutely great from start to finish. I'm going to give the album 4.5 stars out of 5. I highly recommend this album, and it's one of the best 2012 albums I've heard this year already. That's my album review for Demon Hunter's new album, True Defiance. Thanks for watching, rate, comment and subscribe, and I hope all of you guys are going to be looking forward to other videos involving album reviews really soon. Rock on, guys.